Hi everyone, Rob Case here, paddling technique coach. Just an FYI, finished up the level 1 paddling technique book. If you want 3 free technique videos to go along with it, go to surfingpaddling.com/surfing-paddling-technique-book and sign up for those videos before picking up the book at your local Amazon marketplace. Now this video is a response to a frequently asked question I receive, and specifically to one that was asked after they saw the Lexus Pro Tahiti elimination round where Vihine Fierro surfed against Isabella Nichols. Now, in that heat, the two surfers were sitting next to each other. Vihine proceeded to paddle and kick away from Isabella and separated enough to catch one of her 2 scoring waves in the heat. Now, the main question that came in was, does kicking actually help you catch waves? Now, unfortunately, there haven't been any studies proving or disproving kicking when catching waves. However, we do have at least one study that was conducted showing kicking while paddling in flat water does have a speed advantage over the course of a 5 to 10 second paddling bout. The study was published in the Journal of Sports Science back in 2010 by Lovelace and Minahan, sponsored by Griffith University in Queensland, Australia. As you can see here, in all 3 trials, paddling peak speed with kicking exceeded peak speed without kicking by about 8%. To be more specific, kicking while paddling was 0.16 plus or minus 0.11 meters per second faster than paddling without kicking. For a 5 to 10 second burst, this is the equivalent distance of between 0.8 plus or minus 0.6 meters to 1.6 plus or minus 1.1 meters. That's a huge advantage. The study was conducted in a flat water pool using 11 competitive male surfers who had all qualified to compete in junior state titles. There was no mention of the technique they used when kicking, and the study also mentioned how there could be other variables at play. But the bottom line is that an 8% difference in peak speed, give or take a few percent on each side, it's a significant enough difference to confirm that kicking while paddling will provide the surfer with an advantage when in flat water. When watching the rest of the contest, there were several instances where we witnessed kicking while paddling. In a paddle battle between Seth Moniz and Ethan Ewing in the elimination round. And Ethan ended up winning that paddle battle. As well as in a quarterfinal between Kaoli Vast and Crosby Colapinto. Now that wasn't a paddle battle, but you could see them both using kicking to increase their speed. Now with these anecdotal examples, as well as the 2010 study results, we can feel pretty confident that kicking while paddling increases speed in flat water. However, we can't confidently apply that conclusion to wave catching. Not yet, at least. Anecdotally, most of us certainly feel that kicking when catching a wave does help. But the main reason why we can't apply this same conclusion to wave catching, outside of the fact that no one has actually conducted a study on this yet, is because the wave and the water's angle to the surfer when they're in the process of catching a wave, as well as additional hydrodynamic variables, all change the experiment. Take, for example, the angle of attack of the bottom of the surfboard at the various stages of catching a wave. How does kicking impact it? Does it impact the angle of attack? These are questions we still need to investigate. So while I personally feel that kicking with correct technique, which is something you can learn about in the Level 1 Surfing and Paddling Technique book, now even though I feel kicking does aid in catching waves, and I also have a certain hypothesis why, I can't state for certain that kicking helps in wave catching. However, it's been lightly proven and anecdotally shown that kicking does help when you are attempting to increase your speed in a paddle battle or to reposition yourself, or really in any instance where you need an increase in speed over a short period of time. So I hope this video helps clarify a few things. If you're curious about paddling technique and are interested in me creating a video about a certain dying question you have, let me know. Or pick up the book, or join the online course, or even come visit me here in Northern California for the private one-on-one course. In the meantime, I'll see you in the water.